You have to be an expert in your industry. Talk about something that looks simple, but unfortunately maybe 1% of realtors talk about, is where's your value? I think realtors have forgotten why they are needed. They don't talk about this. So if you're a realtor and there's conversations about whether or not you're worth it, and I personally believe at least 90% of realtors are not worth the commission they get paid. Sorry, not sorry. That's why we cap the amount of agents at this company. Because I'm hoping that I could find 500 consultants of real estate services who are committed to being the best they are at their field. And this is how simple it is, guys. Number one, you must be an expert in your field. Now, what does that even look like? You should be watching things like this, either at your brokerage or guess what? This is free. To know your community better than Zillow, better than Realty.com, better than everyone, because you're local, being hyper-local. So number one is you have to be an expert in your industry. And that means knowing your product, knowing your forms, knowing your numbers. That is the price of admission at the lowest level. That alone sets you apart from everybody else. Then this is where you have to actually acquire skills. What sets you apart? What's your differentiator? I'm gonna break it down. Number one, what does your customer service look like? Because I know there's some iBuyers down the street that are making it very convenient for people to buy a house. Now, is the cost for convenience worth it? Personally, I don't believe so, because I believe a great consultant of real estate services is going to be able to match that convenience and efficiency, that customer service, and put more money in the pocket of the consumer, of the seller. So your customer service, your efficiency, your ease of use, you should be putting time into that whole process. Are you doing videos to walk people through every single step of the contract, to anticipate what is going to happen, to explain how it works? So your customer service has to be through the roof. Just by doubling down on your customer service will set you apart and help you earn what you're worth. If you're an amazing marketer, you can have an inferior service and still win. If you're an amazing marketer and you have a superior service, you're unstoppable. Unstoppable. But you have to commit. And you got to be careful of outsourcing all your marketing. When you buy leads from a space that you don't control, you're outsourcing your marketing. But if you create your own content, you commit to social media, you're doing the belly-to-belly relationship-based stuff that seems old school, but it's not old school when you actually scale it with technology. When you're connecting with people at a deep level, which I think in the 21st century, the number one currency is not big data. It's going to be the ability to communicate a message like I am communicating right now to you. How we connect, you and me. You cannot put a price on that type of marketing, but you have to commit. So, oh, I look like this on the camera. Sorry, that's what you look like. You got to get past it. If you can't figure that out, you're not going to be able to be a marketer. So control your marketing, commit to your marketing, be disciplined enough to take parts of your commission, take parts of your budget and put it to marketing that you control. Because if you're a great marketer, you control the lead source and you will never go hungry a day in your life. What does your pipeline look like? That's the biggest shift I've made over the last 10 years. We have been word of mouth so long, and that's great. When you come in this office, you come in that another office, you talk about Dave and Dave, you know what you're getting. We've earned it, but we did it the hard way. We did not scale fast enough with marketing. Customer service, marketing. And the third, this is a more direct skill, negotiation. If you're going to be a business person, if you're going to talk about buying and selling, at the very least, you should be reading books on negotiation, taking master classes. I mean, you should be able to recite Never Split a Difference by Chris Voss word for word at this point, which is a great book. Be a great negotiator. If you can't even negotiate your service to your client, how are you going to negotiate a transaction? You got to understand the ins and outs of being a salesperson. Oh, I don't want to be a salesperson. Well, fine. You're an information agent and you're a marketer, but you're going to have to know how to close. And I don't mean close in a manipulative way. I mean close in a respectful and loving way to help all parties get to the destination they want to go. And they're getting there because they hired you as the expert, the consultant of real estate service to help them get there. So if you don't step up and lead and negotiate and have customer service and know how to market the property and market yourself, then you shouldn't get paid. You shouldn't get paid at a high level. Here's the thing. We are rapidly approaching a time where this industry is going to get gobbled up. There's going to be consolidation galore by conglomerates, by huge corporations. I could scare the shit out of all of you and say one word, Amazon. That happens, a lot of you are out of business. So how do you know you have a spot carved out for you in the future? That's by committing to what you can control. If you want to do 40 deals, don't worry about everybody else. If you commit to customer service, marketing, negotiation, and being an expert in your field, knowing your numbers, knowing your product, knowing your forms, knowing what's going on, you then are a true consultant. And it isn't even about commissions anymore. It's a consulting fee. Think about that. You buyers and sellers, you have access to all the pretty pictures online, the real estate porn, right? You're there swiping left and swiping right on all the houses across the country. You're able to use, the favorite new encyclopedia, Google, and get as much information as you need. Why would you need an agent? Why would you need a consultant of real estate services? Because there's so much information out there, you need that expert to cut through all the noise and all the nonsense and all the pages of Google to actually set you into the right place where you have to go. And that is why you pay the consulting fee. And that is how a realtor can guarantee and future-proof their business for as long as this industry exists. But you got to be willing to do the work. You can't be a door opener. You can't just be a person who throws the house up on MLS. That is not sufficient anymore in this industry. So I know it sounds simple, guys. I'm not telling you anything you may have probably heard before. But have you really committed to being those things? If someone asks you, are realtors worth 3%? Are realtors worth 3.5%? Are realtors worth 2.5%? How are you going to answer? Hopefully I just gave you a couple of ways to answer. But even if you answer it, are you truly delivering? Are you just talking the talk, or are you walking the walk? I love this industry. I'm going to tell you why. Because at the end of the day, if it's me versus another company hiring an agent, or if it's me versus another realtor on getting a client to sell or buy, I will take that bet every single time, baby, because it's mano a mano, and I'm all in on me because I know what I'm bringing to the table. Do you feel that confident? It's time to raise the standards, and I cannot do it alone. My father and I cannot do it alone. My team here cannot do it alone. 500 agents cannot do it alone. We all have to commit to this, and I welcome the challenge from everyone around. There's a couple of you out there that are doing it. I love you and I talk to you all the time. But this is the commitment. This is what's required. Put it in the bank, baby.